Hello. So it's middle-ish February here in Zone 7B, and this is typically when I uh, like to prune back my grape bushes. And so I've got grapes growing on these wires that are around my garden and sort of make a fence, if you will, with walkways in between. And so, they send out all these leaders during the year and bear grapes on them, but then you really need to cut them back very strongly. I mean, cut them way back, and I'll show you a video after I finish what it'll look like. And I train up the main branches to run on these wires, and so that's what I'm going to do today is trim back. These are actually muscadines, and then my grapes are over there, and I got some grapes over there. So to do that, you need a good pair of hand shears, and I use Felco's number 6s, or Felco number 2s. Rochelle has Felco number 6s. They're just a little bit smaller for smaller hands, and then you need some way to remove the cuttings. And so I got my little wagon here, and I'll take them down to the burn pile after I'm finished, and then we'll be ready for spring for the grapes. And then as they start budding out, I'll talk to you about applying Capitan to keep the it's a herbicide, to keep some growth off of it. But anyway, fungus. It's a fungicide. Rochelle said, yeah, it's a fungicide. Okay, so I'll check back with you later. Thank you. Okay, so we're back. It's toward the end of the day, and I have completed pruning the muscadines and the grapes, and I also cut back my figs. And so I wanted to show you, I told you it was a hard prune, and it is. You can see where I've got the 4 leaders, that just come off the ground, and then they split out to run along these wires. And if you come closer, you can see I'll show you some growth buds. See, I cut it back real hard. You can see where these places where I cut it back. But right here next to that, you can see this little light brown thing right there. That's a growth bud, and so there's going to be a new limb sprout out from that new growth. Now here's another good looking one right here, a new growth right in front of my fingernail right there. And so when you cut it back hard, it will come back next year, and in the springtime it'll start sending out shoots, and those shoots will set little flowers, and then they'll set fruit, and we'll have enough grapes and muscadines to make jelly. So this is a muscadine, and then my grapes are very similar. Cut back hard. The vine looks a little different, and this is healthy for the plant. Don't worry about cutting it back this bad, because it's made to do that, made to grow every year. A little pruning is good, and then we cut our fig back hard to the ground too this year, and we'll fertilize it. And we've struggled a bit with the figs. Hadn't had big harvests from them, and I think the reason is we haven't been fertilizing them properly. So this year, while I'm not going to work every day, we'll be able to do that. You can see in the background there, that's the fire burn pit, and respect to cutting all this growth back. But thanks for joining. I've been doing this for a few years, and we've always got enough of the grapes, because if you let them grow wild, they'll be uncontrollable and really overtake everything. And so you need to prune it back to keep it in a healthy, good state. And we've been able to get enough grapes and muscadines to make jelly every year. So thanks for joining me. That's what works for me mostly.